Hello and welcome back to Data with RK. Today we are going to see a very important concept in Tableau. It is parameter. So we have already seen the difference between parameter and filter. So as we know, like parameter is nothing but it's help you to replace a hard-coded or a static value with a dynamic value or a user input value. So in this series of Tableau parameter, we are going to see different use cases of parameter and how we can create a parameter and how we can use a parameter in the calculated field. So to create a parameter, you can see a drop down option here, and by simply clicking on it, you get the option of creating a parameter in Tableau. So once you click on this create parameter, you get this window and you have these different options. So here you can rename your parameter as per your convenience. So you can name it accordingly. Then you have the data type which is available in Tableau. So you can give a particular data type to your parameter here. And then again, you have this display format for the users, and then you have this current value, and then value when workbooks open, and then the allowable values, what values you want to allow in your parameters, all, list, or the range. So we are going to explore all these options in our session. So let me start with one of the basic examples of uh, parameter. So let's say you want to see a top n cities in your database, and this time you want to create a dynamic top n cities. So to do so, we can build a particular view. So here I'm saying city, and I want to see my top n cities by the sales. So here I'm arranging or sorting this view here, and I'm saying here, so I want to display top 10 cities, right? So what I will do is, like, I will click on this top, I will say by field, and I will say top 10 cities here and apply. Okay, so here I can get the list of top 10 cities. But wait a minute, this is becoming a static, right? So we cannot edit it, or user will not be able to edit it because it has become a static value of top 10 cities. So what if I want to give a user input value or a dynamic value, and in real time I want to see top 15 cities, or maybe a top 20 cities? So here we can do one thing is, like, I can simply go to edit filter, and I can create, instead of saying here as a top 10, I will say create new parameter, and I will give a name as like top 10 cities. Okay, and obviously the data type would be integer, because 10 is a number, or this n top n is a number. So this current value, so what we discussed earlier, is like nothing but I'm saying it as a 7. So when my workbook will open, by default it will display me top 7 cities. So I'm saying here okay. Now I will just say show parameter. Now I can see my top 7 cities here in my view. So now if I want to select, or if I want to view 15 top 15 cities, so simply I put a value in the parameter, and Tableau will display me top 15 cities. So this is one of the very basic example of parameter that you can use in Tableau. So next example it comes. So let's say you have a category, then again you have a subcategory, and now you have the quantity sold for each subcategory. So let me arrange this view here, and now I want to display a category, or I just want to highlight those subcategory which are selected by, or which is my category is selected by the user. So in this case I will simply right click on this particular category table, and I will go to create, and I will say parameter. So once you click on this parameter, by default the name is there, a category parameter. So here I'm just changing it to say select category, and by default the data type is string because category is my string. Now the default value is furniture, and as you can see this value, so this value has already came from this category table, or this category database table here. Now I'll simply say okay, and I will say show parameter. Now I want to use this particular parameter in the calculated field to display or to highlight this, particular category selected cells. So here I will say create calculated field, and I will say category highlighter. Now I'll write a calculation, that is my category is equal to select category. So obviously this will give me a Boolean condition. So here you can see this calculate field as a true or false, and I will put this in color. So what is happening here is like I'm selecting a category as a furniture. So here you can see, or you can see this particular category sales or these subcategories are highlighted here. Now I'm saying office furniture, so you can see this office furnitures are highlighted here. So again, you can use this particular category parameter in your in your page title as well. So here I'm saying I want to give some name, right? I will say your selected category is, and here I will pass the parameter name. Here I'm saying select category parameter. I'm saying okay. Now again I'll go for this select parameter and I'll say bold, and I'll simply change the color of this particular value so that we're able to find it out. So I'm saying here the selected categories office supply. So again this sheet name has become dynamic. So here I'm saying technology. So technology cell technology quantities are highlighted here, and my page title is changing accordingly. So this is again one of the use case now we have in Tableau. So that's one case of the one another scenario we have seen. Now let me go back and just say here as a default title. Okay, that's sheet 2. Now coming back to the next use scenario is like, let's say what if I have my category, and then again my subcategories, and this time I'm using my measure value as a sales here. So my condition is, let's say I have my category subcategory, and I have my parameter here as this parameter as furniture office plus technology. Now I'm adding one more value here. Now when I'm saying my all categories are selected, meaning like there is no category selected in my parameter, and so that time they should have all these subcategories, or these subcategories will have only one color. And when I select a particular category, let's say furniture, then only it should highlight that particular category here in the different color. So I will simply go to my same calculation, category highlighted, and here I will say or category select category parameter equals to all. So remember this all value what we have put in the parameter, that has to be exactly here. So I'm saying all. Now again let me put this highlighter in the color. So now you can see all my subcategories have the same color because I have this select category parameter selected to all. So now let me change it back to furniture. So when I have selected to furniture, it's highlighting only a value of furniture. Okay. So I'm changing it to technology. Now it's highlighting only technology here. But when I say all, so it's highlighting all the values here. So this is how you can use a parameter in a different case. So let's say you have another use case. So you want to have your dimensions as a dynamic dimension, and then again you want to have your measures as dynamic measures. So let's say every time you have one view, so here I'm saying let's say a category, then I have my discount here, or maybe I have a property here, right? So I have my category wise property here. So this is one view I have built, Then again, in the next thing I'm having here as a ship mode wise, let's say sales, right? So here I have two different views, correct? So one is for ship mode wise sales, and then again I have another view as category wise profit. But what if I want to highlight or I want to display all my dimensions and all my measures in one window, or maybe on one sheet? So how can I do that? So there is a way, or there is a method to display your uh, different dimension, or different measures in one sheet or in one view. So to able to do so, what we can do is like we can create a one parameter here. So I will be saying a create parameter, and I'm giving a name to this particular parameter. So here I can give any name. So I'm just saying here as a dimensions, the dimension, and I will go for the category or the data type as a string, and then here I'll say list, and what should be my dimension. So I'm saying the first one is a category, then I have ship mode, and then let's say I have another one as subcategory. So typing them subcategory, right? And here I'm saying okay. So as you can see, I have my dimension parameter here. So ship mode, category, and subcategory. Now this parameter will help us to display the data as per the selected dimension, or this will display the, or will change the view for particular value selected in this parameter. So here what I'm saying, I'm just writing one more calculation here, and here now I'm giving some name. Okay, so here I'm saying my dimension. Okay, so in Tableau there is a function called case statement. Okay, so in this case statement I will pass my a dimension parameter. So I'm saying case dimension, and I'm saying when category. So when I have selected category from my this parameter, then I should be able to see the data for category which is coming from my database. This is very important. So you need to select a category here, and then I'm again saying when it's, let's say, ship mode. So I'm saying ship mode, then it should be ship mode. So you can see here it's ship mode. Then again I have when subcategory. So let me double confirm the value. So it's, yeah, it's subcategory. Then it should be subcategory. I should end this case statement here. So calculation is valid. So I'm saying okay, and just put this dimension in the rows. And now let's say here I'm saying quantity. So I'm saying in type view, let me put this dimension in the color. So as you can see, when I'm saying category, I have a category with quantity sold data. So when I'm saying ship mode, so I have ship mode wise quantity sold. Now when I'm saying subcategory, so all my subcategory wise quantity data is it, or has been shown on my screen. So I'll simply say your win the data for, let's say, the parameter name dimension. So I'm saying you're viewing the data for subcategory. When I'm say ship mode, so it will say you're viewing the data for ship mode. Now similar way, or in similar fashion, I can even automate, or I can make this particular measure as a dynamic measure. So here I will follow the same case. So just pause this video and think for a second, like what or how we can do that. So again, here coming back, I will be creating a parameter, and I will be naming it as measure, and here again my data type will be string. That's fine. I'm saying here as a list. So first is the sales, then quantity, and then profit. All right. So here I have created my measure dimension. So you can see here my particular measure dimension measure parameter is created here. Let me write the case statement again in my calculated field. So here I'm saying my measure. I'm saying case measure. I'm saying now when cells, then sales value that should be coming up from my database. Now I'm saying when I have a next value as a quantity. So I'm saying here as a quantity, then it should be quantity. And next is when profit, then it should be profit. And I'm saying 8. I'm saying okay. Now let me put my measure in the column. So here you can see I have this, this measure value as a quantity here. Now I'll say profit. So you can see these values are getting changed. It's for sales, it's been changed. Now I'm saying category. So I have the category wise sales. So again here I'm saying you're bring the data for category wise. I'm passing here the my measure parameter, and you can see like you're viewing the data for category by sales. I'm saying quantity here, so you can see this has been updating dynamically. So this is how you use a parameter. So in the next video I'll be explaining you the sheet swapping, or how to use a different chart type on the basis of parameter selection. So stay tuned for my next video. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching.